Yo. You two trolls catch my scimitar blade and turn snitch. Your man is your dog and your homegirl a bitch. Inquisition lies turn high priestess to witch. Burned at the stake, cooked like fish Escovitch. COINTELPRO are not pros but rookies. TikTok program makes young girls shake their cookies. Transgenders wanna be called proper pronouns. D-Wade's son turned daughter, pawn of the order. Used for the rituals, niggas wearing capris. Slam dunk champ shorts are way above his knees. By yourself with 3 masks on, that's a disease. Most of y'all are crack fiends for vaccines, giving passes to perv clones like Weinstein, while in your favorite actor had property on Epstein Island. Hollywood Kasir's tribe of 13 wizards, blowing lies make visibility pour like blizzards. With sins greater than 55 miles per hour, stupidity will surely get your minds devoured. Using your soul to quench the thirst of diabolic devils, then ignorance will rise past hyperbolic levels. Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in? Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in?
I put your head on the water and show you what's important. You need ear, of course, some more will appear. Anywhere I stand, Morocco is there. So no matter where I stand, my rights will be clear. The law of the land, signed by the air. The true air. Ownership, caught up in color, you disown the ship. A black star with black people in it. Ship Garvey away before Julie boarded it. That's a smart plan by some hybrids. But the birds still fly with a message. A flag of culture, heritage. American Republic. Feeling like Carthage. You driving cars, I'm riding elephants. You're thinking nothing relevant. Black before every statement, you're an agent. Need I say more? I'm in 7-Eleven. You're thinking corner stores. Human rights declared, but how they corner yours?
Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in? Are you thinking, or is your mind controlled? Are you blinking, or is your first eye closed? Will you think and save yourself or fall victim? Will you fight back or keep getting your face kicked in?
That way, the North Star that way, Canaanland moves. Read off EP every day. Uplift the V cause we all base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle 7s first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. Declare 13 disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. No, but Drew X. Do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce, standing on my square, even without shoes. On the high authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Coffee, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to ceiling, cut the light on and sit there and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the Moorish government, you know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof? No sense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question: if not me, then who?
Death and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmec features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty mortals and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way. Deceit and deception, negative past thoughts, keeps awareness on point. Spirit messages never off. Inner realizations, encounter the higher selves. Next plane existence explains my consistence. Without a foe, you never know, so past most resistant. Divinity, my twin flame, side chick and mistress. Metaphysic, Kabbalistic, Almaroc mystic, patriarch, papistics, make my thoughts sadistic, so indigenous, call me Americanistic, invoking the ancestors, Saracen cryptic, suns on rotation, flows ecliptic, shatter all illusions.
Here we go. Raka! North Star!
Good timing.
North Star stop.
Good timing. You made me do it. Good timing.
Read off, we pay every day. Uplift the V cause we all base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle semis first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. You clear 13, disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. Noble Drew. Here we go. Raka! North Star. That way. The North Star stop with Canaanland noise. Read off, we pay every day. Uplift the V cause we all base. We enforce the law and we obey. Forefathers from before is still today. Reading my Quran and my Torah. Universal laws in more ways. Read 4 chapters, receive it 4 ways. Great divine love rules our verse. Before I circle blocks, man, I circle semis first. You bust the image, but your rhymes hurt. You clear 13, disrespected earth. Love, but it's all in God's plan. Today's mathematics don't judge a man. Unity of life, embodiment of truth. I'm responsible for every deed, cause I seen the proof. Noble Drew. X. Do I have to draw it out for you? Cause nationality is not a color I can use. Jerry Spruce. Standing on my square, even without shoes. On the highest authority, spirit of blue. Marcus Coffee, whirlwind times 2. The world's in the wind when the trumpet blew.
Stand up, go into your bathroom. If you got a big floor to ceiling, cut the light on and stand and take a good hard look at yourself. You are the Moorish government. You know, and it took me a long time to get to understand that concept. I self-law am master. If I can govern myself, if I can govern my household, that's what I should be doing. Why should I walk out of my door and then leave everything that I know about myself in the house to go out and adopt something that I have no knowledge thereof? Makes no sense. So we need to stop asking that question. I ask myself this question. If not me, then who?
Listen.
Death and wisdom, my friends, intelligent creatures, guardians of sacred knowledge, Olmec features, secrets of the afterlife, manifest the present day. Dirty mortals and scoundrels lose their heads in a pleasant way. Deceit and deception, negative past thoughts, keeps awareness on point. Spirit messages never off. Inner realizations, encounter the higher selves. Next plane existence explains my consistence. Without a foe, you never know, so past most resistant. Divinity, my twin flame, side chick and mistress. Metaphysic, Kabbalistic, Almaroc mystic, patriarch, papistics, make my thoughts sadistic, so indigenous, call me Americanistic, invoking the ancestors, Saracen cryptic, suns on rotation, flows ecliptic, shatter all illusions, reveal the realistic, sitting in the dark, holding the light marvelous, recognize the artifice, skin so carbonous, hair so antenna, I feel them from Vienna, myriad of virtues, lessons, in reptilian henna. Enlightenment seekers won't find it in mainstream. Focus as a laser, stay balanced like a beam. Not even a gymnast. Whenever I flip this, as above, so below, get out when within this. Don't think I'm a slave cause I speak in English. Drew, I'll leave the water, watch your flames get extinguished. Living in your higher, lower self is relinquished. Reputation of master teachers, call it distinguished.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense with
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense with
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm sorbet, flipping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense with
Legendary, bury me in the North Gate Cemetery, February the 4th day. Son of Mary, day ahead of my born day. Independence and law makes civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm sorbet, flipping like I'm Denzel. Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death dip in slavery. Looking for light, the book of Genesis. Astral plane interests, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life, finish him.
Moorish Omar, key man or oracle. Using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical. Lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic. Fact slap a dirty Moor or a Drew Ali Craig. Calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved. Or cut like a close shave. Drowned in my brain waves, squashed by heat waves. Activating Kundalini. Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini. Selassie I in exile. Reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real. All I see is false evidence. VAR feminists, stomped on by elephants. Won't like no prejudice, but want Moorish benefits. When you feel the pro-magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book are maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness. No pestilence, ace all the testaments. Tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with no they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations, or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
That's it. That's it. I don't know how it came here and became something else. And that's what it is. It's something else that is not ours. And niggas is mad because they don't want to let it go. So they butt hurting in the motherfucker right now.
How come these guys always talking about butt hurt stuff? Who made that up? Who made that up? And why are you, being a man, referencing butts? And you're talking crazy about Moors? You're talking about butts. And you're talking crazy about Moors. Not even just butts. You're talking about butts hurting. Only way butts hurting is if you're doing squats or something. If you had the big hill or something like that. You're riding the big hill or something. If you're sitting down too long. This is the only reason why butt should be hurting. But that's not the butt hurting you people are talking about when you reference butt hurt. How are you referencing butt hurt and all that stuff? These are butt hurting guys. These are the guys that you guys are repping. The butt hurt guys. This is your crew. DJ Bay and whoever else is riding with the wild Indian. That's why they're wild. That's why they're savages. European wasn't lying. European wasn't lying. These are the dumb niggers in the bushes. The same ones that you see today, the gangs and doing all the BS. These are them. They're Indians. Not Indians. These are Moors. These are dark-skinned people, aren't they? Moor means any dark-skinned person, especially an African Negro, isn't it? Didn't the Indians get called Negroes? So what are these people? These people are Moors? Or they're not Moors? Just because they're a coward, they're not going to go shoot a European in the face or whatever. They're going to go murder their brother for sneakers. But they're talking crazy about Moors. They're going to go out there and talk about the conscious whatever. Yeah, the conscious whatever. Right? But they're financing European to the tune of millions of notes for cars and all types of other BS. And then asking Moors, where's the schools? Where's the Moors school? You have a school. You don't have a hospital for the Moors. You don't have the whatever for the Moors. Oh yeah, and honors to Wu-Tang for slapping Nori for talking crazy about Wu-Tang. Are you nuts? Too much alcohol. Isn't that the Jamie Foxx song? Too much alcohol or something or whatever. Little too much drink champs there, buddy. Slow down. You're Nori. You talking crazy about Wu-Tang. How are you Nori? You're talking crazy about Wu-Tang. You know who Wu-Tang is? Are you nuts? CNN has nothing on Wu-Tang. Zero. Nothing. Find me somebody in CNN who wrote a book. At least RZA wrote a book. Jizza wrote a book. Going and doing lecturing and all that stuff. What the hell you doing? Drink champs. Talking crazy about Nori? Nori. Don't forget, huh? Don't forget. Don't forget. But honors to Nori because he mentioned Noble Drew Ali. At least he did that. And Wu-Tang mentioned Noble Drew Ali. So FOH to all you Noble Drew Ali whoever's. How come they didn't call him Walter and Thomas and all that? How come they didn't talk about Circus Magician? How come Killer Priest, who's Wu-Tang, who's top 5 by himself, he doesn't need Wu-Tang? Killer Priest doesn't need Wu-Tang. Right? That's who we came up on. That generation of MCs, those ones. When you say conscious MCs, those are the ones we're talking about. Jizza. We're talking about Killer Priests. We're talking about Sons of Man. We're not talking about the people who you saw in the front. We're talking about OGC. Jeru, Gangstar. Talk about foundation. Now we already know QB's foundation, you know what I mean? We already know. We already know. Because guess what? All of it is Aboriginal, Indigenous Moors. Why do you think they mentioned Noble Drew Ali? That they don't know about Moors? You can go on Canaanland Moors and see the show where we open for Ghostface and all that with One Oak. Just go on YouTube, look at One Oak, Wu-Tang, and the show will come up. Right? So, Nori, you're talking crazy. Stop the BS. We already know it's Drink Champs. It was too much. We already know. That's all you have to cover. You know what? You already know how we do, and I got caught up in the moment of the camera being on and stuff like that. But you know, honors to Wu-Tang. You know, that's all. Honest mistake. Ain't nothing crazy. Ain't nothing crazy. More than 40, 50 years old. What the hell are you talking about beefing about something? What are they beefing about? Name already made, doing 25-year anniversary and all this stuff. You guys talking crazy? Yeah, you know what it is. That was Drink Champs. That's the drunk guys show. Go on there, talk BS. That's the sitting in the back at the barbecue just talking BS. Don't get mad because you said something. You know what I mean? I know Shaim has catalog on his own. You know? So honors to hip hop. Because we love it. Regardless of what. Just like Nationality. We love it. And you're not gonna be on here talking crazy after you make stuff. What is it? 30 minutes in talking about butt hurt. And then people are talking about 2 hours, 57 minutes? What do you mean 2 hours, 57 minutes? Why are these people talking about butts and all this? Why are they bringing that up? Are they part of the agenda? The homosexual agenda? That they're bringing this up in everything? Everybody's talking about this thing? No different than when people start slapping each other on the ass in ball. So I stopped playing ball. Because I realized everybody's slapping everybody on the ass and nobody's saying anything. It didn't feel comfortable that my ass is getting slapped by another man. It didn't feel comfortable. That's just what it was. I'm not mad at the game, but I'm mad because, you know, I wasn't going to go make it or nothing, but ball was fun or whatever. But every play, you're slapping the ass. Every play. Nobody high-five, nothing. Everybody's ass slapping. Everyone. So 13 minutes in, you're talking about butt hurt and all that stuff. You know, and a homosexual, yeah, nothing to do with you, you know, do your thing. You know, I mean, you're not even in the discussion. People brought up butt hurt. And that's the only thing that goes with. That doesn't go with anything else. There's no other subject matter that I'm going to take butt hurt and put it in there and have a conversation about it. So either these people are part of the agenda of pushing that they're claiming they're not down with, but they're pushing the catchphrase of the agenda. How are they pushing the catchphrase of the agenda and telling you about trans shouldn't be able to teach people's children, and why are trans and gays performing at schools and they're not supposed to be doing that? Well, you're talking about butthurt all the time, so what the hell you mean they shouldn't be doing that? You're promoting it. Back in the day, those people were in the closet. I don't know what happened. But back in the day, anybody who we knew that was that, they were in the closet. Everybody knew who it was, because, you know, they had their walk and all that stuff, but they ain't concerned with them. They're in the closet. There's no violence or nothing like that. Their position was just, we're going to be this, but we're going to be in the closet. And that's that. That's what I know. So that's what I'm riding with. Interestingly, they're not in the closet. They got streets, they got flag and all this stuff and all whatever. They're a nation. They got rights and all this. And you're going to find everybody over there blame those, but you're not going to blame these people in your community who keep talking about butthurt all the time. But they're not gay. But all they could talk about is butthurt. They just wanted to get that out the way before we give you the lesson.
You gonna tell us that we're not Moors? Yeah. You gonna tell us that we are Moors? The fuck? What y'all want us to do? Sit here and constantly cry? Like argue with y'all? What y'all gonna threaten me? I'd have been threatened. They gonna beat me up. Hey man, that shit been going on in the Indian community, man. God damn. Shit, they said they were gonna shoot up. But like, I got a question for the Moors that was sitting online talking about me. What have y'all did something in the community? What have y'all did for free for the people?
Courage warriors, here to support the Exodus movement. I'm not a minority, majority rule, so we're here. The hungry movement, get involved. There's nothing better than feeding them with the physical thing, but the real thing is to feed the mind. That food is the most nurturing, so feed the mind, and when we elevate the mind, then we can help elevate others. So let's keep this moving and keep progressing. We want to keep the numbers growing too, so keep supporting. We're here. We'll be here at the next one. We'll be here.
Because your adventures The streets, I guess, was that what it was? This is sort of a collaboration or a manifestation of our connection with the corpse here, so-called Toronto City or City of Toronto, and we decided to try and clean the streets as best as possible. And what this showed me, happily so, was that there are some Moors that are interested in doing some work. And that played out today here on the streets, but I also feel that this was a representation, manifestation of what we need to do as a nation to get ourselves cleaned up. Just clean up all the dirt in all the areas.
So you're looking, this was more a metaphysical thing than a come and just clean up the streets type thing.
And I think you heard me say it, or no, you weren't there. I think I said to the Moors, we got a pocket up there that was full of trash. That must have been
we had one too.
Which
on the other side of the street.
Right,
yeah.
Which showed to me the kind of garbage that's been building up with us.
Yeah.
And that those places that we cleaned are representative of our communities right now.
Right.
So obviously, and I think all of us, we can talk to Kuja about this. This is disgusting.
That was what Reddy was saying. Reddy was saying it's a shame
this
that
is
people
a shame.
have children
but
playing,
let's say this.
around this.
It's not really a shame because it's representative represents exactly where we're at. So I got to tell you, and I've told other people this, my girlfriend comes from Japan. There's no dirt on the streets in Japan. You don't see it. Their community is reflective of
who they are.
And the fact that they wouldn't let their stuff
happen. They wouldn't
look
let that happen.
to that. Each person looks after their own. Therefore, everything's done.
Right.
And here what we realize is that that's not what's really going on here. There's something set up here that's trying to extract something from us with very little caring for anything else, any of the real beauty behind here, except for what it does to keep their game going. So what I hope that this can be is another one of the steps in our continuing journey along to bringing ourselves back to where we need to be. Because what I've realized now today was that the reason why we're not where we're supposed to be is because we're not doing the things we're supposed to do to get there.
Right.
So that's why we're not there. The reason why we're having problems with any of these corpses, because the corpse is an illusion. It's because that's the state of mind we're in. We're in that state of mind that the corpse actually means something to us. It doesn't.
Right.
Anyways, Islam.
When we say Noble said uplifting fallen humanity, how is that relative to today?
Well, it's relative to today because what was interesting is certain people walked along. Well, I actually got one person say, thank you very much. That's very kind of you.
Oh, that's already said. One
Right?
person.
One person said. But what was interesting, there was about 4 or 5 other people who owned stores who came out of the stores and sat on their stoop and smoked their cigarettes while we cleaned their property.
Yeah.
So that showed to me that our communities, because as I said in Japan, that person would have cleaned their property.
Yeah.
So really, we were going out there cleaning people's properties that should have been clean already.
Yeah.
But they weren't cleaning their own property,
right.
which means that humanity has fallen. Because they're not even looking after their own stuff.
Yeah. That's how low it is.
That's how low it is.
They're not even looking after their own stuff.
Right, and then what goes beyond that to show me that the city of Toronto is whack is we got a couple of spots that obviously weren't owned by anyone, i.e. that spot that you probably had and the same spot that I had. So ergo, the spots that aren't owned by anyone, so what it meant to me, those spots, was that those were spots that are supposed to be City of Toronto spots.
Yeah.
Therefore, the city that's got all their garbage, and how come they haven't gone in there and cleaned that stuff up?
Right.
Leading up to, after I came out, I realized, the letters that I wrote my daughter were very valuable, and I feel like I needed to share them with the world. So I decided to turn them into a book. And leading up to me publishing the book, I had a couple of fundraisers to help. And Socrates was the headliner. He's a major guy in Canadian hip hop. So I got him to headline it, just do some fundraiser. There he is. One of the organizations that I've connected with right away was FEET. I'm pretty sure some of you guys know Jessica and Derek. I know Tanya does. Hi, Tanya. So I know Tanya because of them. So I connected with FEET. I love what they do, and I'm all for them. I'm all for them. It's. I remember clearly after I got convicted, thinking to myself, I wish I had somebody, some organization, somebody who could talk to the mother of my daughter and just kind of explain how things are for her, what would be. And it's ironic, like they started shortly after, and spoke. And Jessica does this walk every year to Ottawa. I don't know if you guys are aware. She walks from Toronto to Ottawa just to raise awareness. And shortly after, I started 1206 Studio. After I started doing I got comfortable with the whole film photography thing. I started 1206 Studio. Funny story here. My empress is from Manitoba, so we went back home to visit her family, and she lives in rural Manitoba. So we went to a powwow. I'm very big on the indigenous stuff. So went to a powwow, and this was on my screensaver for years afterwards. And it wasn't till a while ago, a couple of years ago, that it dawned on me. So this kid just comes up to me and started talking to me. There's thousands of people there. He just, struck up a conversation, said he wanted to take a picture with me, so I did. I took a picture with him too. So his number, right there, if you can see, it says 1206. So for years, it never dawned on me, but out of the thousands of people that was there that day, there was a guy with the number 1206, which is the name of the studio that I run, 1206 Studio. It was really crazy. This was on Prisoners Justice Day. FEET invited me to come out. So again, leading up to me publishing my book. So a few things. I still volunteer. I volunteer with the Good Shepherd Refuge. I think that's John Tory in the line there. And myself and my daughter go, and my empress, well, maybe not so much now because of our boys, but me and my daughter go often to volunteer. Again, I had another event, again, Derek and Jessica came, leading up to me. Then I had another boy, Masai. He's 2 years old. my high school, Neil McNeil, actually my cameraman, Nick right here, he went to Neil, but he went years after me. So after I came out, there's a couple of teachers I still know there, and I went to go talk to them, and they had a media lab there, and he said, you should go hang out and then talk to the youths, and Nick was one of the people I connected with because of the love for media, film and photography. But every so often I go back and they have reunions and so on and so forth. This lady is Mrs. Smith. She was a secretary when I was in high school. I remember, often, based on just how my life was during high school, I'd be late. So she got used to seeing me coming in late. And after a while, she would have muffins for me, these big muffins. She's like, muffin boy, she used to call me and whatnot. So years later, after I seen her at the reunion, I told her what happened to me, and I told her I remember her generosity, just her kindness was just giving. I remember those days while I was incarcerated, and she looked at me and she said, she obviously knew something about what was gonna happen, how life was, and she said, those were the reasons why I did it, because I know there's going to be times where you're going to need those type of memories, you're going to need those things, and it was a very moving woman. Fidelis Inner Dears, which that's the slogan for our school, which is faith in hard times. So my daughter graduated elementary school. She's in high school now. I was able to be there. I'm very grateful for that. I missed her first day of school, and shortly after, a couple of years ago, I published my book, 27th Letter, snapped. And also recently, my daughter, I helped her start event organization company called KEO Events, as for teens, really. So we do a lot of teenage parties and whatnot, day parties anyways, nothing at nighttime. So just to help her get better, no, thank you. I don't need a headache. So day parties, so one of the templates we used was her birthday party. That was her, big girl now. And I also started, I'm about to launch 5 Principles Cuisine, which is a meal prep catering service that's vegan, that I think we need it. We talk about health as well. We need to start making these better choices as far as eating, our eating habits, some of the items there. With 5 Principles and KUO, we were able to help organize KIP Awareness Day for feet, which is a couple of weeks ago. There's my family now. My parents, they're not together. This is just a moment in time. That's my sister. My brother's not there at that moment when we took pictures.
This is our wall of activity at the Moorish Science Temple for Canaanland. This is our uplifting falling humanity section. So this is all the stuff that we've done with regard to uplifting fallen humanity. All our travels, all the Moors, wherever they're at, all the neighborhood stuff that we done. There's the young Moors with their school pictures, because every temple is supposed to have a school. And, we got school going on here. So there's the young Moors looking all Moorish. Uplifting falling humanity wall. Feed the hungry. All our travels. Ottawa. Montreal. Yeah, this was our Unity Summit that we had out here for all the Negroes, blacks, coloreds, to show some unity. Come to the Canaanland Moors Unity Summit and let's figure some stuff out. Of course, the Negroes don't want that, so we just do our own stuff. Here's our barbecue wall right here.
way in my life to make it. Even though my face can't really be shaved yet, I'm patient. Brush my teeth in the basin. Grew up, flew up to 6 foot Cinco. The rooms are dark, my head hit shingles. Felt like yesterday I had to climb and take a tinkle, but now I bow my head for the sprinkles that hit my head. So many changes that I live drunk and red, don't really make it. I'm really done with let some niggas shaking. I'm tired of looking through the eyes of the Satan. My denials, my lies find me trapped with temptation. Mirror, mirror on the wall, I fear I'm about to fall. Life ain't fair when I'm hard to yard. In the dark, I see fear, I see flares as I hear the roar. My fears keep straying from the law. Some things I'm praying for, better days. Celebrate with real family holidays like all the days I slept. Gotta seize that, gotta ease back, gotta clean my mess. Back to reality, what do I see? My memory says it's your man JB. Still good in the hood, my soldiers living every day to the fullest. Fear no man, just loading my bullets. It's like a jungle sometime, it make me wonder how I resist the urge to pull it. My trigger, my we don't play, but we gotta teach the youth the truth to live a better way. War equals death, ain't nobody wins. My homie took his last breath trying to repent his sins. So now we take things a little more serious. No cop or judge instilling fear in us. We the gods on earth. Since birth we learned to put God first. Stay blessed up. Money's get on the turf, stay vest up. The ongoing cycle of a young buck. The unit full of G's, no 50 cent. It's GCP, the streets know it best.
I sit back and recollect on past times when I was too young to handle, trying to avoid the guilty crimes. I used to just write lyrics and bubbling beats was on my mind. It was all about having fun. As long as the sun would always shine, wasn't concerned with no money. All I wanted to do was rhyme, and I had those feelings to 93 from 89. And I hated school, though I thought it was necessary. Enough naggers left, I was on the hot block daily, and I seen nothing lately happen in my face, and it hurts like a bitch. And those memories I can't erase. Try not to dwell on the past, cause times can't be replaced. And a prophet once said, don't marvel at the former days. It's not a wise inquiry, need to turn a new page, start a new chapter in this book called The Stage. We ain't afraid of the rapture, new world, new age. But mind you get captured, the brain's already in a cage.
My memory serves as should. Summer sun has me feeling oh so good, so good. I've been raised in the hood. Na, 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 na. Summer sun has me, summer sun has me feeling oh so good, so good. I've been raised in the
I never knew that this happens on this, like you said. I never knew on people on this side, or people on this side are not accustomed to it, right? On this hemisphere. So that's why you don't wear it, really. Yeah.
They know the name of the house. They don't know what the actual pronunciation is.
I was proud because you came behind me. Like, I was walking, you came behind me, like, I like your friends. I'm like, hey, hi, yeah, thanks, man. Right?
When you were a child, what happened? What did you see when you were a child?
So I want to like this.
You were saying, right?
When you were a child, you saw many people with this, right?
Oh yeah. When I was small in school, so in India, many people do it.
Did they wear this? Did they wear this anymore? They don't wear it no more?
no people strong.
Why? Culture change? You think that's right?
Yes. That's another philosophy, but I say to you,
But you want one though. You want one.
you are
Yeah, of course. No, because he was saying originally, who was it? Who came from Greek? Was your great-great-grandfather? Right? From Greek to Egypt, right? Yeah. And that's how, wow. Can you flip the other pictures too? Do you mind? Showing your King Farouk and then, that's the next picture is King Farouk again? So he's saying he's looking for authentic fezzes like this. Because the one that he has, I don't know if you want to show the picture after the one with the thing in it.
He's looking for these ones?
Well, I told him these are more like...
No, I already found one. I bought one on eBay.
Yeah. He said he paid $75 for it, but it's different. It's directly from Egypt or something, so it has some... Show the inside, the inside one, where you can see the inside. Right? No, it's different.
Oh, it's a scroll? A scroll? Of course. Handcrafted.
Yeah, that's handcrafted. That's handcrafted, alright.
That's what?
Handcrafted. Yeah.
And the only reason why I have any royalty on my family is because of this woman here.
Any what in your family?
Royalty.
Oh, royalty? The woman, right? It's always the matriarch. It starts with the woman. Her.
So nationality don't matter and all of this, it doesn't matter. My nationality is American. Like what y'all want me to say, bruh?
You're a liar. You're a liar. There's no way that your nationality is American. There's no way. There's no way. If Atlantic knows, then you can't play like we don't know what you people are trying. Don't even try that. Don't even try that. What does American actually mean? In Latin America, American means anyone from the American continent. U.S. citizens claiming the word are considered gauche or imperialist. So what's the solution? I was sitting with an Argentine friend, well educated and well traveled, who was reading the Atlantic online. A headline used the term America as a synonym for the United States of America. That's incorrect, he said, sounding shocked that an esteemed publication would make such a junior mistake. America is a region, not a country. America's what? America's a geographical location. That's not a country. I don't care how much you want to think that it's a country, but we know that's not a country. So no one is American as far as belonging to somewhere. No, you can't be American. Because Brazilians are American and they don't call themselves American. And Chileans are American and they don't call themselves American. So how are you American? We're not talking about some Europeans that came over here when we say Chileans. We're talking about Aboriginal and Indigenous people. People from Peru. They didn't come over here on a slave ship. They're not Negro, black, and colored. They've been in this land. So if the people that are saying Peruvian don't say American, then who are these Negroes talking about they're the Americans? Oh, those are the disenfranchised, destabilized, and misclassified Moors that want to be everything else except who their ancient foremothers and forefathers were, which are Moors. Ain't nothing else that you could be. Because everything other than Moors is a fiction. And because we're descendants of Moroccans born in America, because we're descendants of Moroccans born in America, we're Moorish American. Because Moorish pertains to the Moors. Which Moors? The Moorish Americans. The Moroccans of the West. That no one wants to talk about their history. But they want to talk about Indians and genealogy to prove who you are and all that. When we told you yesterday, iguana is African. And it's also European. And it's also... How's an iguana West African? And then it's the same fraud that they're going to say that, well, they're always going to point you to over there. It's never going to point you to over here. We're not saying they can't have the Indian history. We're saying Moors is the left out part of the Aboriginal indigenous history. Just like they tried to leave the Olmecs out until they found the heads. Now they have the heads, now they have to talk about it. Before they could pretend they don't know what they're talking about. Oh, the Indians are, Tonto and all that. And then there's the slaves. But people never put it together in their mind when they say that they took Indians and made them slaves, and both of them are on the plantation looking at each other like, hey, how come you look the same? The fact that they all started playing the tribal BS instead of being part of the empire. Why would you choose to ride with the tribe and not ride with the empire? Who's seafaring and going all over the world? Why? Why would you stick to being in the bushes? America is a region, not a country. So no one, not even the Indians, could say that they're American. Because 1828, Webster's dictionary says America, and then the colored natives, and so what happened to before 18 whatever? What were they? Were they American before that? Because if they're using that date as a reference point, then that means before that they weren't called that. They weren't called American before that. And just go check the architecture and you'll know who it was that around here. You ain't see no teepee architecture. What did you say, 17? Well, I was close. I'm at 14 right now, so yeah, I think we're pretty much right on point, more. We're pretty much right on point.
And when I say I'm American, you always a corporation. The United States is a corporation. It's the United States of America. I'm American. What's the problem with that?
The problem with that is America is a region, not a country. So people can't be Americans. That's not an identity. That has to do with location. Just like somebody can't be African, because that's location, that's geography. Geography is its own subject matter that doesn't have anything to do with human beings. American is used because they don't want to be United Statesian. Because when they say that they're United Statesian, then they know without a shadow of a doubt that they're part of the corporation. But when they say American, they can slide by. And then you get all the paperwork from them and it's telling you about you're Indian. Who they're not saying American now? How come they're just using American as a statement and not throughout the whole document that they're American? They're going to go on videos and say they're American, implying that they're from America. Okay, but where? America where? What do you mean you're American? America is 2 continents, islands, isthmus. Where are you talking about? And it's going to be exactly that, crickets. Right? Exactly the question. What's the nationality of the American Indians? Don't tell me American. No, that's not what we asked you. We didn't ask you what's your geographical location as a being. Your geographical location as a being is American. Geographical location of an Asian would be, their nationality might be Chinese or Japanese. The geographical location of an African's nationality might be Congo, might be wherever on that continent. But above Mexico, where Mexico is the geographical location of American, but they say Mexican. They don't say Mexican and American. They say Mexican. Above Mexico is the United States, right? So if you're American from that geographical location of United States, you're United Statesian. But these Indians know that United States is a corporation. Guess where they learned that from? Moors. They weren't talking that United States is a corporation before Moors started talking about United States as a corporation. Moors were the ones talking about United States as a corporation first. No one was talking like that in the black community, conscious community, indigenous, aboriginal community. No one was talking like that before Moors were. Everybody's calling the United States a country. It was the Moors who were bringing out the treaty and stuff like that, show you that these people are a corpse. They got sanctioned by us. They got permission from us. They had to pay taxes to us. Not the Indians. How come the Indians aren't the one that they're paying taxes to? If this is Indian land, if this is Turtle Island, how come United States isn't talking with the Indians in order to have land in the Americas? So we ask you, American Indian, what's your nationality? And don't tell me American. The Moors can go to United Nations, anywhere in the world, right now, and they're going to have the Moroccan flag there. The red flag with the green 5-point star is going to be flying there. Well, that's the flag of Morocco. And we're descendants of Moroccans. What's your point? Well, Morocco's in Africa since 1956. But just like American, what was it called before that? Before 1956, where was Morocco? After 1956, Morocco is some kingdom over there across the Atlantic Ocean, and everybody's using that as a reference point when Moors say Moroccan. Okay, fine. Well, we're going to use American as the reference point for you people. That you only go back to 1800s if you say you're American. You obviously weren't called American before 1856. If 1856 is the date that they're using to say people were called American. So you have nowhere to go now. But because of Moroccan, and us being descendants of Moroccans, and us saying Moorish, our nationality pertains to the Moors, not the Moroccans. When you look up Moorish, it says pertains to the Moors, not pertains to the Moroccans. But it's too deep. Our people love to sleep. Smoking while they're sleeping. It's crazy.
Why we gotta fight over that? All these Moors questioning what the fuck is going on. Now, as you can see, even though we went through and said everything what we said, what you know about yourself never changes. You ain't take off your shirt and say, I'm about to burn every Moorish flag. No, nigga, that ain't what he said. He said something is wrong here. We need to look at and see what we're following and why did they get us to follow this shit.
And
this is
to highlight your statement, my main point was there is new information that has been presented, and we need. Did I not say that?
You did, and but I'm different. I stand on that we're not Moors. Well, I can't stand on that we're not anything. That my family, me, I'm not a Moor, and plenty of people can say that without a motherfucker getting mad. Like nigga,
and I concur. Everybody is not a Moor. But let the Moorish American body politics say it. They control North America. This is
It's not more.
It's not more. These people.
How much of this madness did you get through, yo?
I watched the whole jump. I watched that. I started going through other videos because the Moors ain't know. These people didn't call us out or whatever. And so I started going through and watching videos, trying to find stuff about Jacob Dorman. Yo, this dude got a video with the Dirty Moors that was saying that Jamal wasn't
that Jamal and them were yeah.
TV damn Moors. He on there with them. But this is the crazy part about Jacob Dorman. We said this was like a theory on that last class that we did. Maybe Jacob Dorman is using this story as a way to put the story out to the academia who've been pushing the prophet away for like 100 years over. So this is funny. He actually kind of confirmed this on these interviews with these Moors. He's calling the prophet Noble Dra Ali, the holy prophet Noble Dra Ali, high honors for the prophet. I love everything that he did. He also even says this, a disclaimer. I understand if you guys don't really go with the Walter Bristol story, that's fine. That's more so for me with my information. But if you guys as Moors don't agree with that, I'm completely understanding. But more so, I wanted to bring what the man did, and I'm like, yo, that's the whole point of what we were saying. Forget the story. What did the man do? Did it take away anything from the man?
From the man, yeah.
And he confirmed it. No, that wasn't even his intention. And he said
that wasn't the point.
Yep. He said he felt like it was people that was like infiltrators, spinning his story out of context.
Yeah, so that's what the whole play is. The whole play is them using some information that he's just putting out that
Yep.
has nothing to do with anything.
Yep.
Like the information has nothing to do with anything. He's just putting that out. He was researching. He found this info.
And he said it was speculation.
Yeah.
It's speculation anyway. And then, like, if you try to say, "Oh, well, I put it out there to be challenged," if nobody really do information about the Moors and Noble Drew Ali is hidden, then the whole point of you putting out to be challenged, literally you're asking us to clean it up because there's nobody in academia that can mess with
That's
us.
gonna touch it.
Right.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna touch it.
So it's like to me, it's like a way for him to come under the Moorish cuff without getting his tenure head cut off.
Yeah. Because it's really about that. I was thinking about that too with when I was reading Aliite, the Spencer dude.
Yeah.
The same idea.
It's that same film. Yeah.
The wrong people looking at it could put it off as if he's saying that the Moors don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
He's really verifying that there's these group of people that whether we go to the dirty ones, whether we go to the clean ones, the active ones, the religious ones, the TV ones, whichever ones we go to, they're going to talk about this man, Noble Drew Ali. They're going to talk about this thing, nationality. They're going to talk about this thing about a flag and going back to that. And then he's going to give examples from all the different videos that he watched or whatever like that, from Taj to us to Baltimore Moors to package selling Moors. Like, use everybody as a reference point just to show, there's these people called that they should be considered Eliites. Just like you consider the Garveyites, and just like you have, the Nazarites and whoever else, these are just the Eliites, the Moorish Americans, because they rep for this man, Noble Drew Ali, that I never even heard about until I started researching this stuff right here.
Right. Right. Oh yeah, remember I think Brother Yusuf was going in on his books, like what was the books that he did or whatever, like what and I found his first book.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the list that I found it on. The name of this book is crazy. Damn, because it seemed like it's the one about Hebrew Israelites, but it's another book. It's another book. Man, I'm trying to figure out what because I pulled him up on and seeing his whole, like, all of his bibliography.
Oh, for real, yeah.
And but the book he did, the first book he did, it was something along the lines of Oriental hieroglyphics, Black Shriners and Muslims, in the history of Latin America and Spanish America, or some Latin American and Caribbeans.
Yeah. And
I'm like, well, that's basically our whole outlook. How can you use? What are you using that? Let me see if I can find him on all right, biography. Yeah. So this book, this other book he did, it's more so it's on I think they don't have a hard copy of it, but this is like first works.
Yeah.
So because he got the one he got on out is called Chosen People: The Rise of Black American Israelites. It's just the journal.
Yeah, they're trying hard to flip his script.
Here it is. I found that joke.
They're trying hard to flip his script.
This joke is called Oriental Hieroglyphics, understood only by the priesthood in a chosen few. The Islamic Orientalism of white and black Masons and Shriners in Islam in the Atlantic world. New paradigms from Latin America and the Caribbean. Edited by Aisha Khan.
What is that? That's the title. Read that title again.
It should say Oriental Hieroglyphics. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, Oriental Hieroglyphics understood only by the priesthood and a chosen few. Like, with fingers left over. The Islamic Orientalism of white and black Masons and Shriners in Islam in the Atlantic world, New Paradigms from Latin America and the Caribbean, edited by Aisha Khan. This is supposed more hater. I think he's doing the right thing. I think maybe he's doing the right thing, and these people is just too stupid to get it.
Yeah. I think they're missing something. Like they're looking at it as an exposure of Noble Drew Ali.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Yeah, when it's not even near that. It's not even near that. So if he's gonna go on the Moorish platform and talk about, he honors Noble Drew Ali and the work that he did and all this, then there's it has nothing to do with anything. It's just information that in his research, he found some information and he's presented it.
Right.
He found some information about a man named Thomas Drew who used to be Walter Brister or whatever. That's a circus magician. All right, so that's him. That's that guy. That's his life.
I gotta get this book. This book. The book is called Islam in the Americas, edited by Aisha Khan. So I guess his editorial, that long ass, is part of this book.
Yeah.
That's why, he wasn't accredited, because it's part of another man's book.
Right.
I gotta get this book, because I know I see now that there's this thing that they're trying to do. Wait. Let me read this part. This shit with the prophet is great. It's been going on for a minute. Gilded Age Orientalism was a protean and plastic phenomenon. No part of the United States popular culture expressed Orientalism more than a unique American secret society known as the Shriners. Have they read the book called Elliot Said, Orientalism? You haven't read that book. And this is, Edward Said, my fault. You know what's crazy? Jacob Dorman knows about this book. And he says the same thing. Unless you have read this, there's certain things about Orientalism being in the Americas that you'll never get, because you're not going to know how it was stolen, how it was taken. This dude does a real good book talking about how Marxism had people that was influential in it that actually was writing for Moors. And you would think they got us scared of Marxism, but we don't even really know what it is. Guess what, Morris? Marxism was Moorish, Italian paleo people, or Italian pale people, trying to push for a paleo existence in Italy. So meaning the dark-skinned people that was in Italy before them. And they were saying how the government suppressed that history is they go through a Marxist movement to bring it back to fruition. But as soon as the government says, oh, you're against us, they throw you right into that bin of SPLC, what do you call it?
Yeah.
S citizen stuff. I hate that word. But that S citizen, not state. That other citizen, self-determined citizen, like that's wrong. Yeah. That's one of our provisions as far as being indigenous. But anyway, the last sentence, it says, Black Shriners directly inspired the religious pioneer Noble Drew Ali, the new 20th century Black Muslim movements. Okay, influence. That's different than him being a Mason.
Yeah.
And this is from the first book where they were speaking on this. So these guys now pushing it. Atumbe, these damn scholars know more Masonry than you do. Speculative and operative.
Operative, yeah.
So I'm not a Freemason, but I'm a Mason. Nigga, you build stuff and all. Cause I know some Masons. I know the Masons out of Detroit. What you build? Cause I need to know what your damn license number is, or what your certification is, so I can know if you're real. So I was recognized by the Master Mason. Boy, is you building or not? If you're not building, then you're spectating, and you're a Freemason. What is this? I'm a Mason and I'm a Moor, but I'm not a Freemason. But they don't see. I hate when people just speak on me and I don't know what it is. You said you was Mason, so we called you a Mason.
Yeah, you said I'm a Mason.
Then I'm not sure. He mentions that part that you played. I think we got to play it again. But the part where he mentions us, he's speaking like he's like, yeah, there's a brother on there that was articulate, and he was explaining this. I don't know if he was talking about brother is me, you, Sheldon. Yeah. He just says it's an articulate brother. I don't like that word articulate. That's what it sounds like Europeans use when they're trying to slight us.
Yeah, kind of placate. Yeah.
It's articulate. What's it?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if that was me, you, or brother is, but DJ Atumba, he mentioned it. But,
yeah, hold on. Let's see where this thing goes right here.
Some per old maps that actually come from a particular Masonic order that they are not aware of. And shout out to the Canaanland Moors for all that good publicity. We appreciate that.
I listened to it. They was going in, bro. Like,
bro, I had to. It was so long. I had to speed it up so I can go through it. Like, now there was like when we hit like the hour mark, there was a very articulate brother on there. He was going in because he was able to highlight some parts about Jason Gorman. Jason Dorman, his education and things like that. And I could just tell by the way in which he was speaking, he was a very articulate. Yeah, and shout out to Jason Dorman, excuse me. Mainly because I appreciate the work in the years that it took in order to put out this type of literature. I truly do.
Why haven't we did the work? Why haven't any Moors literally did this background? Why is it
in defense for the Moors, because I heard it on the video, there are Moors with PhDs that have put out literature, but as far as I know, for anything that I can see, it does not predate 1914. And even when you go into Prophet Noble Jew Ali's origin story, it no matter what you look into, from his birth to 1915 until the Canaanite temple, and that was established by Arab Moor, and a brother Shriner.
What? Okay, Shriner. What the fuck? What is he doing? Brother Lord Mason Moore, but a Shriner. But the Canaanite temple in 1914, it was 13. Stop doing this with the numbers. You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Fatih Abdat do numbers like that, where it's a little off. He said the life of the prophet before the Fez, 1886 to 1925. Or 1924 or something. What about the no, what was it? 24. He took 5 years off of the prophet's time. Like these people love to take the 5 off of the prophet because he was the 5th son. Tonatiuh. Or Kukulkan. Or Quetzalcoatl. That's the prophet. The 5th son. The 5th Maison Rouge of the Marquis de Maison Rouge. Dealing with the Turner cases. Y'all look it up. Verdiasi already spoke about the prophet. Verdiasi Empress Verdiasi put a picture out with the prophet in 1997 in her Washita article newspaper. It had a picture of Fard Muhammad sitting next to Noble Drew Ali, who was sitting next to Corella Drew Ali, or Corella Drew. No mention of his sister. Okay. It when he's sitting down, the little thing he's sitting on as a baby, it says Timothy Drew on it and Corella Drew on it, and it say Fard, Fard, whatever that dude name is, David Fard, whatever.
Fardell.
Yeah. It said it on their little things they were sitting on. It was like a little pedestal, like a little baby pedestal, and the names is written on the thing with their mothers behind them. I found this on Eileen John.
Yeah.
But it was from Washita, Mother Empress Verdiasi stuff. So she put out a picture showing the prophet as a baby with his name being Timothy. How come that wasn't included in the book? I'm not gonna go at Jacob Dorman because I understand now what his
we get Jacob Dorman right now.
Right.
It becomes and it's not honors to him for the book in that context. Honors to him for the book for allowing other people to start talking crazy and show themselves.
They'll hang themselves.
Who's really riding with Noble Drew Ali and who's not riding with it? And to nitpick this little section of the book out and create this fabrication of Noble Drew Ali's life story that even if he was all three of those people, the information still stands. The information still got fact checked and verified by ample amounts of people. And it's a reality what he was talking about. He wasn't whether he's circus magician, whether he's transvestite, doesn't matter. The information that was presented is right and exact. Nobody can't argue, refute, or dismiss anything that he brought.
So this little yo, you know what's crazy? I know you know Atun Bay. You've seen him in passing. I thought he was smarter than this. I didn't know he was stupid. Like he was. I'm not gonna speak about it. Like I didn't know he was. He didn't know the things that I thought he would know. Like it's stuff about like the treaty and stuff. They seem like he never even heard or read before. So it's fine. Like somebody like him, I would expect him to know. This conscious community stuff is putting its effect. It's like you could come out really now and seem like you have understanding and be teaching people, but without any accreditation, no books, no nothing, nothing. You at least have to have a book out back before to teach. Like that's how I used to look at it. Like, damn, I gotta write a book to get up there with conscious community. And I found out the conscious community is a bunch of brother polite supporters. But you know.
Pedal light.
Yeah, they pedaling on a weird bike. If y'all understand, they pedal on a bike. They don't pedal. They pedal on a bike. Them bulls, all of them too. Every single one of them, because they all was around this little fool when he first came out all them years ago with his youngest daughter that had a book about polygamy. She was 8. Renatech was selling books about polyamory and shit, polygamous. Why is an 8-year-old writing a book about this? Why does King Simon know about you? How did he bring you to the stuff? Everybody knows. Every single body knows. And Frank, he is a problem with the stuff that he knows because he taped all y'all for years. And years.
He was the first Vlad TV. He's the first Vlad TV. He was the first snitch.
Yeah. Yo. Or you know what type of stuff he got? He got stuff for people, wives calling him about where their husband been. Oh, I got to tell you something that he did to me and my daughter. Sorry, just let them know. Keep it for me. Because this nigga said he got all these people on the long line. All of them. Every single one of them. But all of them haven't done the things that, you know, some of them have done, but there's a big plethora of that. I've even found this out. Watch this, Cujo. I am into the hallucinogens and entheogens, right? You heard me, but I found out that there are groups of celebrities, men, women, that form brotherhoods under these Masonic people. They get you to come out to the they get you to come out to the mansion party, offering you the spiritual trip. Yo, take this. And then they get people like Polite, all these damn conscious dudes to make it like a big thing. Come out to the mountains and we going on a mushroom and you really going out the Dwight Howard's house. And then you're tripping on a step and somebody's taping you. I'm gonna bring that to the forefront. Some shit I found out about Wild Indians men's. He let it be known. I'm just relaying what his man said.
What his man said. Yeah.
His man went to a mansion party with Dwight Howard and some ex-pastor named Kevin Wesley. It got a little funny out there. Let's just say that. Off some mushroom shit, tripping, and people seeing that they mans ain't who they think they mans is off of the trip. The trip showed it, yo.
The trip showed him. Man's turned into the frog.
Oh shit! Like he said, the trip showed him his homie without a soul in him, and then the trip told him to ask his homie, "Who that to just walk me down here to this bathroom?" Weird, but whatever. He turned to his man. He's like, "Yo, bro, who the hell just walked me down here?" His man like, "Yo, bro," like, cause they both tripping. "What you mean, bro? I don't know what you mean." He said, "You ain't the one who walked me down here. You was out of you, and then now you're back. Who the nigga walked me down here? And he said the trip told him, your man left a part of him out. And he asked his homie, yo, you just sold your soul up there? And his man couldn't answer him. He tried to go home. They didn't want to let him. Gas got pulled out and cops got called. This is the White Howard's mansion. Remember how the White Howard used to like to touch people and shit?
Yeah.
That's the initiation.
No, he's in. That's why he went and got a white quick fast. Try to hide that shit.
Right.
Quick fast.
Terry Crews.
I can't remember her name.
Big Diesel Terry Crews, right? He was in a party where they were trying to initiate him, so he got groped. And he acted like he didn't know what that was about. BS, you know?
Yeah.
That's probably a humiliation which Richard would have part him telling. Because he's too big to be letting some scrawny-ass man, peon, put his hand on you. What? Twice?
Yeah, crazy, bro.
Too big, bro.
Crazy. Too big. Too big. You know what I mean? Too big. Let's see what else Clown Show got going on.
Yeah, I got something for him.
And those are his predecessors. Those are the ones who he got the information from in order to establish what later became the Moorish Science Temple of America, which initially was established in Norfolk, Virginia, but because of legal situations, he could not get it up and going. And then that's when we know about the gestation in North New Jersey.
Proof!
And I have the records.
He got the records, but he ain't showing nothing. They got the records, and the other part of it too is that one of the things about Noble Drew Ali's history from the time of him being here and him leaving here is that after he left here, if you didn't have the Moorish Guide, newspapers, Moorish literature, Holy Quran, 101 Questionnaire, Divine Constitution and Bylaws, everything was oral. Everything was, there's only a certain amount of stuff we got. We don't have it all, but there's little bits and pieces scattered all over that you're going to have to go out there and find. The whole idea of not being able to know who his mom was and know about his life and all that is just based on who you talk to. You talk to the Turner Tunica people, they got the info. Washington knows what's up. If his uncle was suing people and all that, it ain't like the information's not there. That wasn't the mission. He even said himself, and they say the literature, that he didn't want anybody to know who his mom and dad were, so they don't play the Jesus game with him. So how is it 100 years later people want to know who the hell he is, want to know who his mom and dad is? Well, why do you care?
What did he say? He didn't want the people to come to his house and make it. His parents' house. He didn't want his parents to come to the house of his parents.
Oh yeah,
and make it something.
A shrine. Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't want it. Yo, he's giving jewels. He didn't want the people to know, so they wouldn't turn it into a shrine. That's happened. It's happening. They're doing it now. They're trying to turn them into a shriner, right? Like, the prophecy is too crazy. Like, oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's real. It's real. Well, yeah, we just wanted to. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got to go to the Menelik part. I forgot. I forgot.
Boys.
God. These dudes are tripping. And I must say that he did his best from the perspective of we already know how Menelik does.
Yeah, what? I'm like,
And
damn, brother, you
he was trying to have a
reserved.
conversation with these. He was trying to have a conversation with these brothers,
He
but
really was.
they're not trying to. They're not trying to converse. They're not trying to build. You know what I mean? They have their brand, and the back and forth and the debating stuff is going to. That's why he said the thing about thanks for the free publishing or whatever, as if, you know what I mean, we're promoting what they're doing. If somebody wants to go over there and get him 500 to do whatever, that's on you. You're the dumbass. It's not, they ain't getting my 500. You know what I mean? If you want to go over there and give them 500 for some consultation or some BS, then that's on your dumbass. You know?
Free bullshit, free publicity. What about a publicity stunt?
Right. Crash. These are the crash test dummies right here, though.
Right.
Situations, because you are separating yourself from the land once again. But let Moors tell you they have all of the Mexican. I'm about to pull up that map.
All of the.
That's not bad. Because that's what, and then I know people have heard more. I don't know what.
Oh yeah, they said it's a Maxim thing. I just wanted to get you to put it out there again. What's that place where you domicile called again?
Sheikh a Mexan, which could be a Maxim, which means the place of the royals.
How long has that place been there? That place been there a little while. Huh?
It's been there before they even thought of the word European.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's interesting.
Oh my God. Olmec's home?
Olmecs? The Mex? You think Mex has something to do with a Maxim? Like the Olmecs, the MEC? MECS? Could really be MEX? MX?
If you say Olmec's home, it sounds like a Maxim. The Olmec's home. The home of the Olmec's home. American Mexican Empire. A-Mex-M. No, oops. Think about it.
Mexico? What about Mexico? Mexico, maybe? Mex? The same Mex, right? That's the Mex again?
Yeah. And then
that's
they got the real name for the Olmecs in Mexico, the word, because the she, XI.
Yep. Yep. And then the X again. Huh? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I just that just came to me when he said this BS about no such thing as a Maxim when you're there right now.
I think I want to accept this debate. I think I want to accept it. Now, the only thing I was afraid of is that, not afraid, but I'm aware of this. The guy who knows more, literally more, is going to be the moderator. The incompetence is I'm about to be debating. So
yeah.
Am I going to have to rely on you to share my screen and not mute me?
No, you might
die in there. That Indian dude, he's going to die in there. I got some questions for him, and I got some stuff on. I got some stuff on the record that I could, because he like genealogy and DNA. All right, we good. Okay, that's there. But he can't prove his to me. Past mine, first in line, first in time, first in right is the best in law. 2 maxims on your ass. Droid law. Do you know what droid means? And then when I do that to him, he's gonna think I'm being facetious. But it's no. I'm asking you questions to understand your competency in airship.
Where you at? Yeah,
I can't
where
discuss
you
certain
at?
things about you in airship and herediments of your incorporeal and incorporeal. If you don't know that you're not dead, do you have full life? Are you semi-dead? Semi? And what do you call it? Come to America. But if you're dead in the eyes of the law, civil liter mortuus, let me ask a question. Are you not dying right now? Your body? Your body's dying as soon as it comes out of the mother. You're losing cells. You're dying. The body's dying. Let me say it like that. So to understand the spirituality of separating the soul from the body that's the real precipice to Moorish nationality, separating the soul from the body. You never were here. You never did anything. 42 laws of Ma'at. You were never on the earth to do it. You're the soul in this vehicle or in this automobile watching it do its thing. Your body ain't you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, we know different types of masonry now. We stack bricks and lay down cement, and it's been here for thousands of years, and it's before Moors. So now we don't understand that the soul is not the body. Real masonry.
Just like Sheldon always asks them. So he's or says to them. So you're saying that our ancestors did all these great things but couldn't build a boat to go across a river? But we could do everything else, but we can't build a boat to travel the world. Knowing that the Moors are the navigators of the seven seas. There's nobody else called that in history.
Yeah.
No one else is called that. Only Moors are called that. Why is it only them?
We circumnavigated the globe.
You know?
Remember that story we was talking about with Sir Francis Drake and his passport?
Yeah.
The whole purpose of that, because he wanted to circumnavigate the globe. It was like a cruise back in the day. We set up the world's first cruise, and literally was a cruise around the world. You had to go get a certain amount of Moors. You had to have a shitload of bread. You had to be connected to a Moorish family of royalty, and then they would pursue your little passport, and that'd be the passport for your damn cruise trip around the world with a Moor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you end up in a new world that you never seen before, till they just start calling it new world. Yeah, we taking you to the Americas. They're like Prester John's land. That's what they called it, Prester John or Abyssinia. We like, yeah, we taking you there, because they never. That's around to break Instagram.
Yo, no, that was my end.
All right.
Yeah, no, we have to run the rest of this again.
Yeah, I got a book I want to put on the record. These people.
Yo, yeah, you can put the book out there, but I gotta make a move right now.
Oh, this is Robert Lewis, Truth and Light, came out 1844, where he speaks about whole joint about the Moors. This dude considered himself a Hebrew, I think, but a Moor though. Watch this. It gets to the section, page 339, the word Negro. The word Negro is derived from the Latin term Niger, meaning black. Following terms definitive in American edition Doc Dictionary, Moor. First word, Moor. Marsh, Fen, a Negro. The word Negro, the first word, did he say it came before it? Was Moor. Did led back to Negro. And this is 1844 from a man named, a Moor named Robert Benjamin Lewis. Before the prophet was born, before the damn near right after the Indian Removal Act. You tell me about, oh, Moors, they got it from the Spanish in 1862. Punk ass boy. No, they didn't. It was way back. What about the Moors in Delaware? You say you come from Lenape, it was 1700s. They changed it in 1621 from Moorish to Indian. But okay, Lenape, Mason, Moor. This is not a Mason.
Yeah, Moor. I'm about to be out. Peace to all the Moors. Give thanks again for that, boy. Jumping on here. Like Kush says, putting that beam out on him. Islam. Peace and love to all the Moors. You know what?
Peace and love.
Islam.